Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Major Arcana card number 8, the Strength. This is your vibes. You're not born strong. You know what I mean? Strength is created and cultivated and brought from within you when you have to deal with circumstances that seem like they may be beyond your control. Or I can feel how some water signs have felt that they may not be able to withstand a certain situation. Okay. You don't get strong, by osmosis. You get strong by going through things that are challenging. Okay. So strength is here. And I do feel like water signs, you are the strongest person. I do feel like you are probably the strongest person in your life, in your family, or at work. Maybe you're the one who speaks up. If, the order's wrong, give it to water sign. They'll send it back for us. And mostly water signs are very, peaceful people. Whew, having trouble speaking up now. What's going on, water sign? There is a time and a place for strength. You see that this person is nothing but a person, right? And she's vulnerable. She has this little lamb who trusts her. She has her heart right here, but she can also, light up something if she needs to with this lion's head here, right? Rawr, that's that mama bear. I have this part of me that can come out if I need to. I don't want to have to be strong. I don't want to have to be that way, but it's there and it can if I need it to be, right? Others know this about you too. I want to say this. And sometimes that kind of puts your back against the wall too, because then you have to be the bad guy. You have to be the person who stands up or who does that or who says these things, right? And that can be totally frustrating. So let's see what's going on here. This is crazy, you guys, crazy. That is your vibes. Major Arcana number 8, the Strength. What's going on? Number 35, which adds up to 8, Strength. Hello. So you're really having to be strong right now. However, the one behind it is in reverse. I'm taking it that way. And it's confidence. Number 42, 4 and 2 adds up to the number love. I feel like your confidence is being tested. I feel like the water signs may have quite a strong hold on themselves, on their path, this kind of thing, but it's being tested this week, kind of up in the air. I'm not sure what's going on. Things have always been this way, and now it's weird. I don't know. Maybe people have always relied upon you and listened to your guidance, and now they're not. They're like, I'm not listening. I'm making my own decisions, water sign. And you're like, hey, excuse me. I've been the strong one forever. You always listen to me. How come all of a sudden you're too good for my guidance and direction? Okay, I gotta feel this here, water signs. Regardless, I do feel how like the confidence might be shaken this week, because you have to be so strong in whatever ways, or maybe people aren't allowing you to have the strength, the foothold that you may have had at one point. All right, water sign. Maybe you're being strong for others. Maybe you're being strong for others, even if you don't quite feel strong, right? This confidence was upside down. Like, yeah, they expect me to be strong, so I show up as if I am, but I'm afraid inside. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. I do feel this from the water signs. That could be what it is. You're expected to be strong for others, and they perceive you that way, although you may not be. Remember that who's strong for you? Where do you get that strength? You get that strength from the big guns upstairs. That too, from the divine source, God, creator, angels, higher power, universe, Jesus, higher self, whoever you believe in. Okay, that source, that's where the strength comes from. All right. So when you're able to show up and exude that strength, people receive that from you, even if inside you feel like a little child. How can I do this? Because Spirit is helping you do this. You're not doing it alone. Now, what can help? The card is number 5, change. And I see the blue, the light blue in this card, which speaks about throat chakra. All right. So I do see how change, the only thing that's ever constant in life is change. We know this, but still it can make you kind of flinch inside a little bit. Changes are never easy, especially when things have always been a certain way, and you're expected to just roll through the punches and be that strong person, even though whatever this is going on. Okay. I feel a call here also. I'm sorry. To change the way that you speak, or at least pay closer attention to that. Recognize when you're coming from a place of love, or when you may accidentally be received as condescending or something else, I do want to say that how we move through the different changes and shifts in our lives, it all matters. And it does, align you with frequencies that take you into your future. So how you handle these things, even things that are a shock to your system, that's, that pulls your vibe down a little bit, and then you have to come back up to where you were. So remember, I really feel a call for pause for the water signs, that soul shriek. I feel that oh, something has happened. This panic. Like, if you can just pause and not panic and recognize that nothing is truly life or death in this moment, okay, even though it may feel overwhelming, that can help that whatever that thing is to kind of settle down more quickly, even if this change is new and going to hang around. But when we react so adversely to something, it can create additional tension around that in our lives, okay, and anchor it in more deeply, especially if we don't want that. So I'm speaking to somebody here, water sign. Pay attention to how you react. Don't hold on to deeply to feelings that seem to like really emotionally charge you. That's not conducive to the path that you're attempting to walk. Okay, this tree is solid, grounded, unshakable. I don't have to, succumb to the whim of every argument or drama or nonsense. I am unshakable. I am grounded. I am centered. I am stable. Tell this to yourself if you feel less than that. You know what I mean? To affirm your safety and your stability. Water sign. Cancer. I see how you have been the strong one, and you're like doubling down on being the strong one this week. Although you may not feel so confident about this strength, you may not feel so confident about the changes that are unfolding or the direction that things might be going. Okay, so the card that fell for you here is superiority complex. Now, sometimes people in our lives may adopt a superiority complex of sorts, okay, where they feel like they know what's best for us, and their plans for us are, expressed. And sometimes we're expected to follow through with their guidance or their direction. And if we don't, maybe we're afraid or feel guilty because we didn't listen to them, or we're afraid of some kind of retaliation, or whatever could occur because we did not listen to that person who knows what's best. Okay, this could be someone who has your best interest in heart, but we're all individuals and they don't know your heart or your path. This could be someone who feels comfortable when they can control everything, and when they can't control you or your path, that freaks them out, and that's their own shit. Okay, whatever the case is, superiority complex indicates that someone thinks they know what's best for other people and could be expecting others to follow along blindly, even if they don't necessarily agree or are not in alignment with what is going on. Okay, so Cancer, if you're not this little person, you might accidentally be the superior person, the superiority complex. Sometimes we accidentally have those. So take a look and go, oh man, I've really been riding so-and-so's ass about doing what they need to do. But it is the right thing to do, Heidi, it is. But is it in alignment with their own free will choice? Or are you kind of putting someone in a place and making them follow through? Or is someone doing this to you? And if that's the case, that's not okay either. That superior person does not get to make all their choices and live their life path and make everyone else's choices and make them live their life path that they want for them too. That's not how it works. Setting healthy boundaries is necessary here. Cancer. Scorpio. The card for you is don't speak. There's tape over her mouth. She's watching with very big eyes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes and around her that she may not necessarily notice if her mouth is open and she's directing everyone or being that spokesperson. I said some people might be the spokesperson for the family, for the job, whomever this is, right? I am the strong one and I'm supposed to speak up and take that role. However, Scorpio, Spirit is saying, don't put yourself out there right now. Don't speak about whatever it is that you feel like. I feel how this change. I feel like, Scorpio, you are potentially you are witnessing something like a train wreck coming. Okay, let's just say this. Okay, I feel like this is going to turn out badly, and people are not listening to me about this. Spirit is saying it's not your place to say anything. Things may be revealed to you later. It may make more sense later. You may end up up burning some kind of a bridge of friendship with somebody who's going to go that route anyway. And now they don't feel they can come to you if it turns out poorly. So Scorpio, better to be bland and neutral and allow others to go on their paths if that's the case, and be that person who's still there for them without an I told you so. Okay. I don't feel like it will turn out poorly, but I feel like you do. All right. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Not the time to say things because you may not have all the information. You might regret your words and want to bite them back later. Pisces, you've got fearsome here. And fearsome is also kind of similar to that superiority complex, but a little different. Okay. So fearsome is a fear-based pattern, a pattern of manipulation, domination, control. Sometimes this is narcissistic abuse. Okay. This kind of thing that can be, experienced in this life, or sometimes we can be these people who are controlling and dominating because we have the best interest at heart, or we're afraid. We think we need to do these things. Fearsome is about hiding things potentially. I want to say also, Pisces here, you are the strong one. Things are changing. Anything that's lower vibe, it's okay to let it go. Pisces, I feel like some Pisces might be very strong in their lives, doing all the things, but times are changing and you're moving in a new direction. And this could be a connection to a narcissist in your life. This could be a connection to someone who just doesn't value, appreciate you, someone who tries to steal your light in some way, steal your thunder, steal the joy, whatever, take credit for all the great things that you're doing as you are that strong one, and it takes your confidence away. Okay, maybe this is someone who shuts you down. Who are you to think that you could go bigger than what we have going on? You're just little old you, right? Who are you to think you can expand and grow beyond the rest of us? You're supposed to be right there where you're at. Close your mouth, by the way. You're not supposed to talk back to me. I don't know what this is, Pisces. However, it's bullshit. I'll just say, I know what this is. It's bullshit is what it is. These kinds of energies become very persuasive, very loud in your face, because it's up to you to conform and comply and to act the way that they want you to. Ultimately, you know that you don't have to. You don't have to follow suit. You don't have to comply. You don't have to play along. You can disconnect, man. Remove yourself from whatever this is. Decide to hang up the phone, block, not answer, move away, quit your job, whatever it is that you want to do. You can. But this sucker will say, no, you can't. You'll never make it. And neither will I. All these reasons, these, you have to get bigger and louder and scarier and say these moving things to try to make me take the action, because ultimately you are the one who takes the action, and this is to persuade you. So pay attention to what's persuading you to take actions or non-action in your life, Pisces. If this isn't someone who's outside of you, it could be within yourself. Who am I to reach for that job? Who am I to apply for that nice community? Who am I to speak in front of a crowd? I'm shy, I'm awkward, I'll bite my lip. Who knows, right? These are fears. These can be fears that we have inside of ourselves that prevent us from our growth and expansion. Okay, that little critic inside of our mind that says you're not good enough. How dare you? You're not worthy. Remember when you fucked up 10 years ago? What if that happens again, right? Shut it down. You don't have to entertain anything that's not of love and of light, because that is the divine plan and path for your life, Pisces. This is glaringly opposite, and you recognize this, and Spirit is suggesting that you use your own free will and good judgment to limit the amount of time or interaction you will have with these kinds of energies. Watch how quickly you grow and expand when you do this. That is what I have for Pisces, and that is what I have for all the water signs today. Thank you, water signs.